Okay, so now we're ready to roll out our pie crust. I just love these silicone pads. This one is probably 20 years old, but I think most of them are today really nice. And this one, although it's a little small, I make it work. Good for sugar cookies and all that too. And so I like to put a little bit of flour down. Typically I moisten the countertop to make this not slide, but I'm not doing it this time. And again, tough pie crust is also too much flour. So I kind of am a little stingy with my flour at this point. This is a really nice rolling pin. I got it for $25 on Amazon, and it's maple, I believe. And the thing I like about it is the weight really helps you get a nice uniform roll. It's one of my favorites. I could put a link there if you want it, but I just discovered it. I've tried many, but this is the one I like the best over the years. So here's my pie crust. It's sticking together with my help, but it wouldn't have been that, you don't want so much water, and that's what makes it stick together. You want to play with the dough and form it into a ball. Ideally, you want your bowl to be clean, but I'll go about that in another video. So I like to flatten it with my hand, because I also believe less rolling is better. So I am covering a 9 by 13 pan with one crust. Someone in my household does not like a double crust. Personally, I say more crust, more butter, more better. So that's just my personal taste, but someone in the house just wants a one crust. So I'm gonna get this rolled out without, making it perfect. I usually just rip off extra and try and piece it in, because I don't want the risk of that tough crust. People that like my pie like it flaky, so that's what I do. And because this can be a flaky crust, it's a little harder to transfer onto your pie. One way you can do it is to pick up your silicone mat and flip it over this way and do that. So today that's what I'm going to do. Next time I'll show you another technique, the one I use most of the time. Try and position it pretty good. Not a perfect fit. Pretty good. And at this point, I grab a knife. If I don't want all that there, I'll just piece it in like a puzzle. You gotta have some crust. You gotta live. And at this point, I'm thinking that looks pretty good. No, it's not perfect. I could do strips of pie dough and fancy it up, but for these purposes, it's just an easy, quick pie. Now, I always take a little bit of sugar and dust the top. Any kind of sugar, that brown, that turbano or whatever. Anyway, I like that one too, but this one is what I have on hand, and I dust the top of it a little bit. Sometimes I'll take cookie cutters and impress shapes on the top, but you want it to have a place to vent, especially like a fruit pie where you're going to get those yummy juices coming up through. And that's also a gauge that I use to tell what stage my pie is in by the look of the juices. So what I will do on this one, I'm just, like I say, making a home style pie. It's going to eat the same. But sometimes when the grandkids come over, I like to make a lattice, or I'll put an initial or heart. Just whatever.